What's up, everyone? It's Mikey AI here, and welcome to the Objection Handling Masterclass. Look, this right here is one of the most valuable lessons you're ever going to learn in sales. Because here's the truth: you can have the best offer, the best outreach, and the best systems in place. But this is where deals are either won or lost. Now, let me be clear about something. Objection handling is not about being pushy, it's not about pressuring people or being aggressive. It's about understanding what the person actually means when they hesitate. When someone says, I need to think about it or it's too expensive, what they're really saying is, I don't fully understand the value yet. And that's on us to fix. So, in this presentation, I'm going to give you the exact language and mindset to handle every objection you'll ever face. Let's get into it. All right, let's start with the most common objection you'll ever hear. I need to think about it. Now, here's where most salespeople completely lose the deal. They say, yeah, totally fine, take your time. And that right there, that's the death sentence of a deal. You don't want to fight them on it, but you also can't let them walk without clarity. So here's exactly how you handle it. You say, totally understand. When you say think about it, what specifically do you want to make sure of before moving forward? That question alone is money. It gets them to tell you the real problem. Is it the price? Is it trust? Is it timing? Most people don't actually need to think. They're just unsure about something they haven't said out loud yet. Your job is to get it out of them calmly. Once they tell you what it is, that's when you address it, not before. This one line keeps you in control of the call without sounding like a pushy closer. Next up, it's too expensive. Here's the thing you need to understand: too expensive never actually means expensive. It just means they don't yet understand the value of the exchange. So here's how you handle it: you say, compared to what? If I can show you how this pays for itself in 14 days or 3 weeks, would it be worth moving forward? Let me give you an example. If your setup is $3,000 and it helps them close 3 jobs worth $1,000 each, it literally pays for itself. That's the math you need to show them. You're helping them realize that not buying is actually what's expensive. They're losing money every single day. They don't have this system in place. Now, the tone is key here. You need to be calm, confident, and logical, never defensive. If you get defensive, you lose. Keep it educational. All right, this next one you're going to hear a lot, especially as you start targeting bigger businesses. We already have someone doing this. They'll tell you they already have a marketing guy, a VA, or a follow up system. Here's exactly what you say. That's great. The AI doesn't replace them, it works alongside them, so no lead slips through the cracks. You see what we're doing here? You're removing the threat. You're positioning your AI system as support, not competition. Remember, most business owners don't want to fire people, they just want their team to stop missing leads. This line makes your service sound like a performance booster, not a replacement. You're not threatening anyone's job, you're making everyone better at theirs. Similar objection, slightly different angle. We already have a receptionist. Same logic applies, but here's how you frame it. That's great. The AI doesn't replace them, it works alongside them to catch leads after hours, during peak times, or when calls are missed. That last part, when calls are missed, that's the gold right there. No missed opportunities. Every business owner knows they miss calls. So you're not selling automation here, you're selling coverage. 24/7 coverage that no human can maintain. Here's a sneaky one. We're too busy right now. This sounds positive on the surface, right? Like they're doing well, but it's still a stall. Here's how you flip it instantly. That's exactly why our clients install an AI agent. It frees up their time by handling the follow up and booking so you can focus on the jobs. You see what we did there? That line turns their objection into the reason they need you. You're not arguing with their busyness, you're agreeing with it and then neatly framing it as the pain point that you solve. You want them to realize that being busy is exactly why they need automation. That's when you pivot that no into a yes. When you hear, we don't have the budget right now, here's your response. Totally understand. Most of our clients felt the same way before realizing how much they were losing every month from missed leads. If this books you even 1 or 2 jobs a week, it pays for itself. You're showing opportunity cost. You're not begging, you're educating. The key here is helping them understand that they're already spending this money on missed opportunities. You're reframing the budget conversation from can we afford this to can we afford not to have this. That shift in perspective is everything. This one requires empathy. I've been burned before. Here's your response. Yeah, I get that. That's exactly why we switched to results driven automations instead of marketing promises. We don't just send leads, we install systems that book them for you. You're turning their skepticism into proof of your business model. They've been hurt by agencies that overpromised. Show them you understand their pain. Then show them why this is different. You're not making promises, you're installing systems. When they say, "Can we start small first?" Here's your response: "You could, but it's kind of like installing half an engine in a car. It won't move. The system only works when the full automation is live." You're showing authority here. You know how this works, and you're not changing your process. This response shows confidence. It positions you as the expert who knows what it takes to get results. Be firm. You're protecting them from a bad outcome. Here's a classic: "Let me talk to my partner." Your response? Totally fine. When you talk to them, what do they usually care most about? I can help you frame it the right way. This is leadership, not pressure. You're helping them sell their partner. Find out what the partner cares about: money, time, or risk. Then help them position your offer accordingly. You're coaching them to close the deal on your behalf. Let's talk about the psychology behind all of this. Here's the key: every single objection is just a fear of wasting money, fear of change, fear of getting burned again. Your job isn't to argue with them, it's to reframe their fear into logic, calm, confident, and educational. If they trust you, they will follow your lead. Your tone matters more than your words. You're not there to convince them, you're there to help them make a smart business decision. So, how do you actually use all this? First, have these objection responses printed out or open during your calls until it becomes second nature. Second, memorize the structure. Listen for the pattern behind what they're saying. The root cause is always money, trust, or timing. I used to have this sheet taped to my desk. Eventually, it becomes automatic. You'll hear an objection and smile because you already know the response. Here's the real skill that separates good closers from great ones. The best closers don't sound salesy. They sound calm, logical, and confident. They never argue, they guide. If a client feels like you understand their business better than they do, they'll trust you. And once they trust you, they'll buy from you. Objection handling isn't fighting resistance, it's removing confusion. Focus on your presence, not just your pitch. All right, let's wrap this up. That was the complete objection handling masterclass. If you learn this skill, your income is capped only by how many calls you take. Every objection is just a door. This presentation gives you the key to every single one. Memorize it, own it, practice until it's second nature. Remember, you're not selling, you're leading. Now get out there and close some deals. I'll see you in the next one.